boy Terry Rozier. You're listening to the Causeway Street Podcast. Now listen to my boys Joe, Sway, Joel, and Sean.
Brand new episode of the Causeway Street Podcast coming at you. Josue Pavone here, Sean Dutra, Joel Pavone is in the building. We are days away from the 2019 NBA playoffs, guys. The Celtics had the momentum going in up until Woj dropped the bomb, right? Marcus Smart out for at least the entire first round of the playoffs against the Indiana Pacers, which would be that's fine. Right? That's fine. No. In my opinion, that's fine because this Celtics team can top the Indiana Pacers in the best of 7 series. But
says who?
It's moving beyond the Pacers. Says me, Sean.
Says me. That's who
is what worries me about the Celtics team. Because think about it, the Bucks team. I mean, listen, if he misses a couple of games in the second round against the Milwaukee Bucks, I mean, Celtics still have a strong chance of winning the series. But if he misses the entire series, which is what, according to Woj of ESPN reported, then I think the Celtics may be in trouble against the Milwaukee Bucks. But we will discuss. Also, Kyrie Irving says he is not only ready for the greatest postseason of his career, in my opinion. I'm just saying that. He didn't say that.
Oh, okay. I'm about to say.
But
yeah, I don't remember him saying that.
He also understands how he mishandled the media throughout the course of the regular season. So we'll get into that. We'll get into his quotes, what he had to say after Wednesday night's practice.
Well, it took 6 months, but yeah.
I guess
it was Jalen's mental skills coach.
I mean, 6 months. It only took him, what, how many years now? Like, how many years has he been in the league? Whatever. I'll get into that. But first things first, though. Hold on. Wait, Joel.
It wasn't an issue last year. That's what I'm saying.
Let's get into Marcus Smart, all right? Because I feel like the Celtics nation or Celtics fans are, like, torn here. They don't know whether this Celtics team can top the Indiana Pacers without Marcus Smart. And I'm baffled. And I think one of those people is Sean Dutra over here. Mr. Sean Dutra over here, he's one of those guys who thinks that this Celtics team cannot beat the Pacers without Marcus Smart.
So this team ain't shit without Marcus Smart.
Okay. All right. Fair. The grand scheme of things, yes. But against an Indiana Pacers team that doesn't have Victor Oladipo in the mix,
okay,
I think they'll be all right.
Who's the Pacers' best player?
I don't know.
Okay.
Exactly.
That's it. That's all we need to talk about.
Exactly.
Next topic.
Like, explain why do you have so much doubt in this Celtics team going up against the Pacers without Marcus Smart? Explain yourself.
Who's the Knicks' best player?
But the Celtics aren't playing the Knicks.
Well, they lost to the Knicks.
And the Pacers are a lot better than the Knicks.
Yes, I understand that.
So then,
and the Celtics lost to the Knicks.
Okay.
But it's not a 7-game series.
They also lost to the Phoenix Suns. I mean, we can keep going.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
So that's you're proving my point. You can't trust what this team's going to show up as, and now I think like one of the major reasons this team has been somewhat like consistent, I guess, enough to get the 4 spot, and like had a little bit of an identity throughout the season, even through rough patches, was Marcus Smart. This team, he's the leader of this team. He's the longest tenured Celtic. He is
4 years.
I'm not lying. And he's everything that the Celtics need to be as a team. They need to be tough. They need to be gritty. They need to be diving after loose balls. They need to be playing good defense. Without Marcus Smart, you lose a piece of your identity. And remember what I said, and I still believe in this. This Celtics team doesn't know how to overcome any adversity whatsoever. So,
well, is it fair to say that this would probably be the real adversity for the first time that they're going to experience this season?
Yes, and they haven't handled fake adversity very well.
Well, now the games count, right? If you're taking
this time it counts.
If you're taking Kyrie Irving's word for whatever they're worth, I mean, even Morris said it a few weeks ago that this team is ready for the postseason, right? Take it for whatever it's worth.
Sure.
Okay, so Smart's out. As the Celtics go deeper into the playoffs, that's when you're going to see it affect the team more.
Right.
But for this first round, though,
I think they're okay.
I think they're going to be all right.
I think they'll be all right.
They're going to be all right. Okay.
I still don't believe it, man. I mean,
Bogdanovich can make a lot of 3-pointers, but for the most part, is Bogdanovich going to win a series for the Indiana Pacers?
And when he's off, he's off.
Yeah.
There's a reason why I said what I said about Kyrie Irving at the top, because at the end of the day, I think everyone is overlooking what Kyrie Irving is going to do in the postseason. Like, there's another gear to Kyrie Irving, and that's the postseason. Postseason Kyrie Irving is incredible. Kyrie Irving, like, think about it. This is a Kyrie Irving who averaged close to 30 points alongside someone like LeBron James. That's something Dwayne Wade can't say.
Yeah.
That's something that Chris Bosh can't say. And in my opinion, and this is not a shot to Dwayne Wade because of what happened with Paul Pierce, right?
It was.
Listen, hear me out.
Take it for whatever it's worth, D Wade. Take it for whatever it's worth.
And all you Wade stands, you can get at me. You know, or maybe I shouldn't use that because
At Joe_
the younger
SWAY.
generation might not understand the term "stan," but what it is, it's a reference to a big fan of a certain individual. Because
Dear
that's,
Stan.
I mean, all the stands came out. All the stands came out hardcore with the whole Paul Pierce situation. But face it, look,
Dear Slim.
Kyrie Irving is the best teammate that LeBron James ever had. All right.
Yeah. Okay. So okay.
And he put up almost 30 points alongside of LeBron James. Imagine what he's going to do now in the postseason, leading a team like the Celtics.
Sure.
So that's not enough to overcome the Pacers.
Maybe they
The
can
Indiana
overcome the
Pacers.
Pacers. Maybe they can overcome the Pacers. But
All right.
I mean, let's be honest.
Well, we're being completely honest.
The Pacers are not getting out of the first round of the
Okay,
playoffs.
but see, you're saying two different things.
But no,
You're saying that they're not going to beat the Pacers, and if they do beat the Pacers, you're just like, oh, big whoop, they beat the Pacers. That's what you're saying.
Yes.
Yo, see, that's
Yes.
it.
That's it,
Yes.
isn't it?
It's the same people who are
Yeah.
like, oh, well, the Celtics got home court advantage. Oh, big whoop. But if they didn't get home court advantage, wow,
you
you guys
couldn't even pull
can't
that
even
off.
get home court advantage.
Yeah.
It's like,
I think it was very important to get home court advantage, and then you lose Marcus Smart. I think I'm one of the biggest pro Marcus Smart guys you'll ever meet, and I really believe in the fact that he does things to win games. So, like, sure, if you're gonna rely on Kyrie to score a bunch of points, and
Yeah, but it's not just Kyrie, though. That's one aspect of it.
Yeah.
Here's another one.
That's the biggest aspect.
Yeah, here's another one I'm going to bring up.
Oh, you
Because-
brought it up last episode.
Yeah, but
All right, go ahead.
but before I bring up that, I'm going to bring up
You
a
can
new piece.
reiterate that.
I'll
Go ahead.
reiterate that. Thank you. But I'll bring up a new point because now I see the narrative after the announcement of Marcus Smart's injury. Oh, why was Marcus Smart even playing in that game? Why were any of the main rotation guys even playing in that game? It was a meaningless game against Orlando. Okay, be that as it may.
Yeah, because I mean that's fair.
That's fair.
That's a
Be that as it may.
That's a fair take.
What have I been saying for the majority part of the season? That Brad Stevens needs to step it up. It's another example of how he needs to step it up. Put on your big boy pants. Figure it out with the rotation. People need to step up. Obviously, now we're talking about now to go back to my point from last week. Now Gordon Hayward,
starter.
probably your starter, or is it between him and Jaylen Brown?
No.
Come on.
I
It's Gordon Hayward.
think we give it to Sean's favorite player in Jaylen Brown.
Right.
What?
Come on, man. Gordon Hayward.
I like that. Oh yeah,
bench.
exactly. I like that
Why-
because then Gordon Hayward
why
he
tweak
sets
it?
a tone off the bench. Right
Yeah,
now.
why tweak it? Why? If it ain't broke, don't fix it.
Yeah.
Come on, man.
I'm putting Hayward in the starting lineup.
But what about Aaron Baines? How healthy is he going to be? Because
hopefully healthy.
then you got to pretty much tweak almost your whole starting lineup.
Well, Baines didn't get hurt again.
Yeah, he did. He messed up his ankle against the Heat. No, who was it?
The game before the
game before Orlando.
Orlando, yeah,
Yeah, the Heat.
the Heat. But he's good. He's good. He's all right.
It's gonna be all right.
But what about Tatum? Here you go.
Well, let me ask you guys this.
There's a lot. Well, there is a lot of question marks.
Lot of question marks, right?
exactly.
I mean,
Hold on. Let
let's-
me. That's exactly what I'm going to get into. Okay.
Okay.
Why
Get into it, Sway.
Why do the Celtics release this statement, or at least I should say, Brad Stevens released this statement after practice, saying, "Oh yeah, Tatum is fine. Marcus Smart is a little behind, but he's considered day to day." Literally hours after he says that, literally about 2 hours after that, Woj drops his bomb.
But that's day to day. 2 weeks is day to day in the NBA. Remember
2
they used
weeks?
To say, they used to say Al Horford was day to day all the time, and he'd be
Yeah, when
2
he
weeks.
was
when he was
concussed.
concussed. though.
Yeah, come on.
You gotta pass the test like every day to see if.
I mean, someone's not being honest here.
Yeah.
So
Between Brad Stevens and
Ainge-
Adrian Wojnarowski.
Okay.
Ainge too was on the radio talking the same thing, saying, "Oh, he's day to day."
Yo, he was saying that same shit.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That same shit.
Well, maybe day to day.
You know, that same shit.
That same song.
For real.
No,
This is from the same organization that said, "Oh, Isaiah Thomas, yeah, he's fine.
Yeah.
he's good." A week later, yeah, we got shut him down for East Conference Finals.
right, Doc.
What?
Right, Doc.
And then,
Yeah, right.
and then a month later, all the whole medical staff fired.
Yeah.
Canned. Pink slips for everybody.
Okay, but here's a fear. You tell me.
It almost cost us the Kyrie Irving trade.
Celtics won home court advantage. Celtics.
Fired.
The fuck, guys?
I've been here for 20, so get the fuck out.
I've been here since Larry Bird. Get the fuck out of here. Endless start.
Outta
Outta here.
fucker. Get the fuck out.
You should have been gone the moment I walked into this bitch. This is any age to Ed Lacerte.
You discreet motherfucker. Get the fuck out.
You think I'm just supposed to respect you? Because you've been in.
You're about to blow this whole General Electric contract. Got all new equipment coming in this bitch.
There's stitch on the jersey, bro.
They're selling already.
You've never used an MRI machine. How is that even possible? Do you even know?
Oh my!
Do you even know?
Oh man!
Anything but a stethoscope? The only thing you ever carry around is a stethoscope. Eddie, how do you use a stethoscope on an ankle?
He's
all
like,
right?
I just massage. That's all I do, man. I massage. That's what I do. I massage.
Ed Lacerte was forever massaging motherfuckers.
Yeah.
That's so true, man.
Hey, my head hurts. Let me get you a massage, man. Lay on your stomach. I got you.
Paul Pierce would attest like, yo, I do massage me mad times, yo.
He's like, come on, we'll
Let's ask Paul.
Let me-
Ask Paul. Come on in.
let
Paul.
me rub it out for you. You'll be all right.
Oh, pause.
Damn, Joel.
Ed.
All right, Sean, to your point.
I asked
My
you for
point-
more than
A minute ago.
I asked you for more than Mayday, and you're rubbing my fucking. What's going on here?
2.5 minutes ago. What do you got? Yo, you don't remember that.
No, I do.
What do you
I was
got?
deciding to say.
What do you got?
Do I keep? I'll just go with my point.
Hold
Get
on to
off that part.
Yeah, hold on to that joke. Just hold on to it.
All right. No, okay. Talk about injuries and talk about how confident you guys are, and talking about how scared I am to go into the series without Marcus Smart. What if we're so high on the Celtics getting home court advantage, but game 1 and game 2 they're without Tatum, they're without Smart, and let's say they have a 50% Baines. Are you still feeling as confident that the Celtics will be able to hold home court?
Well, I mean, to Joel's point last episode, which I thought was a good one, Joel, bro. Good stuff.
Oh, thanks, bro.
I mean, between Kyrie Irving,
You guys rubbing each other?
Al Horford.
Hey. It's
Why
National
you-
Sibling Day, all right? Come on.
Why you got to make it weird?
Get together.
Oh, yeah, that is. That's right. That's right.
Yeah. Pound it up.
This is automatically not fair.
Listen, everyone, listen to this podcast, okay? It comes down to the 3 max guys. All right? Kyrie Irving, Al Horford,
Your 3 best
and Gordon
playmakers.
Hayward. The 3 who have conveniently been playing the best basketball.
As of late.
Those 3 guys are more than enough to top the Indiana Pacers, all right? Why do people...
Come on.
Sean, you're not in the minority here. Well, maybe you are, but
I'm not convinced.
I think
though.
honestly, I think Celtics Nation is about 50-50
Yeah,
at this
yeah.
point, right?
Yeah.
And Sean's in the 50.
They're on the fence.
Sean's in the 50%
How's that
of
fence
people
feel?
who believe that it's only a matter of time before they're going to start looking like the team that lost against the Phoenix Suns,
Yup.
that lost against the New York Knicks.
Yup.
Like that's their mindset heading into the postseason. But
Why is that wrong to feel that way, though?
it's wrong to
It's-
feel that way because the 3 guys I just mentioned, they're playing at a level we haven't seen them play consistently all year long. But
Right.
they have been doing it consistently the last 5 or 6, 7 games.
Like I said, I'm hopeful, man. I just don't. I'm going to root for the Celtics. I just don't like. I can't sit here and say that this Celtics team, because they're playing so well, they're going to continue that into the postseason.
Well, I mean,
Like
it's just
maybe
like
they beat the Pacers in like 6 or 7 games, but if they do, there's going to be some high highs and some fucking low lows.
Okay.
I think like if
It's not going to be easy. Okay, well,
No,
give
that's
us
fine,
a
that's
prediction.
fine.
Let's get into prediction time. What do you got for the Celtics against the Pacers? What's your prediction? Well, how's that pan out?
Man, I'm
This dude's
gonna
literally on the fence. Wow.
say it. So
If the Pacers do this, let me just say this: if the Pacers actually were to pull this off, this would be the greatest upset of the 2010s. Can I say that? Like, when's the last time we saw a matchup with this kind of an upset in the last 9 years? This could be the greatest upset of the 2010s.
but it's a 4 versus
Yeah.
fucking 5 seed.
It is, but without Victor Oladipo, it means a whole lot more than that.
But the Pacers still played great basketball up until the last like 7 games of the season.
All right, let me ask you
They
this.
played great basketball for like a 25-game stretch after Oladipo went out.
Yeah, but let me ask you guys this.
Who's the
Did
best player
anybody
on the
give
Pacers?
Did anybody give credit outside of the Celtics fandom when the Celtics won in the first round last year without Kyrie and Hayward?
Well, if you remember, that series was in question until your boy Marcus Smart came back into the
But
series.
was it though? They were up 2-0. And then it was tied 2-2.
Then they tied 2-2.
Yeah, okay.
And then Marcus Smart came back and it changed
All
everything.
right. But it wasn't like they were getting dominated. Neither team was getting dominated.
They went to 7, right?
Yeah, they went to 7.
Yeah, so they went to 7 without. So yeah, there was a lot of credit given to that team. That was Terry Rozier.
But was it considered an upset?
Yeah.
It was?
I think so. I think that when Kyrie went out, that team last year, you basically it was you're playing with house money at that point.
I mean, I think the Philly series was more of an upset than the Bucks series.
The Philly series
I'm
was
with you
definitely
because
an upset.
the way the series was going,
Yep.
a lot of people heading into that Game 7 didn't think the Celtics would be able to
Exactly.
pull it off.
Yep. So
Yeah,
like
I give you that.
I think, and you saw a
Even
young
with home court
team-
advantage, even with that.
Okay.
You saw a young team who was playing well at home, and then was a totally different team on the road.
And especially the way they went about the Game 7 match.
Okay.
They blew them out.
Yeah.
All right, so then
They blew them out. No one saw that coming.
I guess you guys answered my question. I don't think it was an upset. But this time around, because you have Irving, you have Horford, and you have Hayward, and the Pacers, if they were to pull this off, yeah, that'd be a major upset, regardless of the 4-5 seed.
Right. And especially if
You
you think
have
about
three-
the last 2 meetings between these 2 teams.
Yeah, 3 legitimate, I know Horford and Hayward weren't all-stars this year, but all-star talent, 3 all-star talents against no all-star right now at the moment for the Pacers.
I hear you, man, but sometimes there's something to be said about like scrappy ball, like against,
I see what you're saying.
Like scrappy ball.
It's-
like the Celtics last
No,
year.
my biggest fear is that the Celtics are like the Wizards in the past couple of playoffs that they've been in. Like, there's been talent, but there's been inconsistencies, and you get against a team that plays hard every single possession, and then that can cause you some trouble.
No, I see what you're saying, but no, that's not. I don't know. I can't.
Like this type of team, like everyone wants to say, like, oh, the Pacers aren't going to do shit, but I mean, the teams that I fear aren't the teams that have the most talented players. It's the teams that play hard every single possession, like your Brooklyns, like your Pacers, like there's not a lot of teams you can say that in the NBA that are that scrappy bunch, that Brad Stevens type team that we've been accustomed to, the old school Celtics. But yeah, man. So I'll take the Celtics, but I'm taking them in 7, and I'm not feeling great about it. Just because I
7.
I want the Celtics to win. Obviously, I want them to win. I'd rather watch them. I'd rather see them take on the Bucks than the Pacers get destroyed by the Bucks. But yeah, I Celtics in 7, man. I'll take Celtics in 7, and it's not going to be a walk in the park. And I would put money on the fact that the Pacers are going to win Game 1.
This episode of the Cause Street Podcast is brought to you by BetOnline.ag. Head over to clnsmedia.com/win and enter the promo code CLNS50. You'll get 50% cash back on your first deposit when you bet online with BetOnline.ag. Your go-to online site for betting, sports betting, poker, man, there's all kinds of things that you can do over there. You can win big money when you head to betonline.ag, but make sure you head over to clnsmedia.com/win. And when you enter the promo code CLNS50, you'll get 50% cash back on your first deposit. That's right. Head over to clnsmedia.com/win. That's clnsmedia.com/win. Enter the promo code CLNS50.
That's what I'm going with, man. That's all I can give is Celtics in 7. Even though I don't feel great about it, like I said, but I gotta give them the edge. I gotta give them the edge just because,
Celtics in 5, bro. They'll be lucky. The Pacers will be lucky to win 1 game. You know how it's gonna happen?
I wish I could feel that way, bro.
No, you know how it's gonna happen? Celtics gonna go up 3-0, and then the Pacers gonna win that one to force Game 5, and then call it a day. At the Garden.
Win at the Garden, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm thinking the same thing. And I'll tell you this, a lot of it has to do with the fact that everyone is sleeping on what Kyrie Irving's going to do in the postseason. Okay, everyone forgets that Kyrie Irving has another gear. And he hasn't gone into it yet because this is what he lives for.
I was having a big snooze on Kyrie, huh?
Yo, Kyrie's been talking about this all year long. Oh, it's about the playoffs. Oh, I'm bored. Oh, you know what? At the end of the day, it's all about the postseason. Well, this is where he proves himself.
Oh,
and I'm telling you right now, we are going to witness the greatest postseason of Kyrie Irving's career. And that's be plenty to knock off the Pacers in 5 games.
Did he say he was bored, though, at some point? No.
Probably.
He said this is boring. Yeah, he said this is boring to me.
Oh, okay.
He said that.
No, I still don't believe they can flip the switch. I still don't believe a lot of that stuff. I think they're lucky the way things have shaken out to have such a favorable first round matchup of dropping to the 4 seed. But yeah, bro, I just feel like this team reminds me a lot of like the Wizards of old, man. You go up against a scrappy. That's
a horrible analogy.
Nah, man, the 2015-16 Wizards, bro.
17.
A lot of talent,
16,
on
17.
that team.
All right.
And you just go up against a scrappy team that has a little bit more, that wants it more than you. And
Yeah, but see, that was the team that had a dynamic backcourt. I mean, but outside of Bogdanovich, like, who else is going to be the guy to push this team past the Celtics, or at least to force 7 games?
So Bogdanovich is the scorer, but
when he's on.
And by the way, Celtics are a great 3-point defensive team with Marcus Smart in the lineup. Not so much without him in the lineup. So Bogdanovich will definitely steal a game. That's a given. I think we're all on the same page there.
Which is why the series will go 5.
Bogdanovich will steal a game, but then no. I just feel like there'll be a Bogdanovich game where he's like unstoppable, but I think he'll be consistent. If you can't put anyone on him, that will close out the 3-point line like Marcus Smart does, then you're gonna have a problem. Yeah, between Miles Turner, between Mr. Sabonis, Mr. Bogdanovich,
Domantas,
between
your guy,
all the other role players that are stacked up on that team, Corey Joseph. I think I really like Corey Joseph in the playoffs. I don't know, man. It just seems like this team wants it. This team has been fighting for something to prove their worth. Since Oladipo went down, when everyone said, wow, they're probably not even going to make the playoffs anymore, and they were able to stay in the 5 seed.
Yeah.
There's a lot to be said for a team like that's been scrappy,
Yeah.
and I think it's the kryptonite of the Boston Celtics. I think if you're,
I don't even believe what you're saying right now.
I do believe it.
He's digging.
Yeah, you're literally digging.
No,
I mean, I give you
scrappy team is the
You're
kryptonite of the Boston
reaching
Celtics.
right now
because of the style of
Fucking reaching, man.
because of the
you're
coaching
mad,
style of Nick McMillan.
Yeah, fuck him, man.
I get what you're saying. I never thought they were going to just fall off and not make the playoffs, but I didn't think they were going to remain they were still a 3 and 4 seed for a while after Oladipo went down. But it is what it is, man. It's end the line for the Pacers. I'm sorry.
All right,
line,
fine.
my man.
Now, I'm predicting the Celtics win in 7, but I just don't. I don't.
At this point, they've
I don't think
overachieved.
It's going to be an easy. I don't think it's going to be easy out as everyone is expecting. And I would put a lot of money down on the Pacers winning Game 1 on Sunday.
All right, well, what did you think of what Kyrie Irving had to say? Because Kyrie Irving, of course, spoke his mind, started talking, made headlines Wednesday after practice when he talked about how he now understands how the media works and how the relationship between a player and the media works. Yeah, exactly, Sean. This is exactly what he said. And I can't wait to hear what you have to say about it because I'm interested in seeing or hearing your reaction to it because it was pretty Kyrie Irving of him to say. He talked about
a lot of bullshit, a lot of just up and downs that just could have been handled better from a professional standpoint, personal. And I'm talking about me personally. I'm not talking about our team. And it's just I had a lot of questions, a lot of just things that weren't being answered straight up about what it takes to be a great professional in this league. And I think that the frame of that is just outdated. In terms of what you have to be every single day, and it's not that hard. You know what I mean? Like the media and all the stuff that comes with it. I think that it's an exciting part of that you got to be aware of, but the real part is just, literally what I used to wake up every single morning to do. Is to put a ball in the hoop and be really great at it.
I want to quote the late great Uncle Phil from the Fresh Prince of Bel-Air.
Yeah.
All you got to do is put the ball into the hole, my man. That's it. That's all you got to do. Why are you?
That's not what Uncle Phil said, man.
Yeah, he put the ball.
that's what the
multiple
guy,
balls. No, but he
the
says
guy said to Uncle Phil.
No, he repeated what Uncle Phil said.
Okay.
That's right, Uncle Phil.
Oh,
all you got to do is put the balls in the hole.
Oh,
Okay.
yeah, that's right. Okay.
Okay.
You say questions that weren't being answered. Do you mean of yourself?
I would say just goals that I had, questions of, what I was capable of doing. And I've always had the answers, and I just looked in the wrong places. And, I think that for my career has been the biggest mistake since I came into this, is trying to get validation for stats or other things that really don't have any validation in my life, and allowing all this to bother me, like all you guys and all the questions and everything that comes with it is just so irrelevant to what I do on the court and how hard I work every single day. So that's been the biggest lesson I've learned, is the way I want to treat my career going forward, rather than thinking about the last 8 years of what I've struggled with or, thought I was struggling with. I'm fighting from a deeper place of a lot of my ancestors, a lot of my descendants that have come before me, and none of this stuff, from the cameras to the system, really matters. We all belong to that system, and you guys asked the questions for a system.
Thank you, Kyrie. Finally, you realize, okay, we have to ask these questions, okay?
Fucking space
Yo,
cadet,
what the
bro.
We have to bring up these topics because that's our freaking job as the media. All right?
What did I say?
How did you not know how this is going to work? Like, okay, you say things, we ask you questions about the things you say.
Yeah, like you can't say things in a vacuum, bro.
Exactly.
Like you're not when you say
and
things,
we're gonna write about it because that's our freaking job. We are the media.
and when you say like this team has issues and shit like that, or whatever he said after every loss, and he just threw it back at the Brad and all that stuff. No one's just gonna be like, oh, okay, that's straight. You're good, Kyrie.
Right.
We're okay with that.
Or if you get caught in the hallway talking to Kevin Durant, and you're talking about putting the 2 sign up, and like the media is going to talk about you two being impending free agents and potentially talking about teaming up. I mean, like, I think now you're starting to realize, oh wait, that's the way it works.
Yeah. Speaking of the whole Kyrie thing, is he going to the Lakers?
Yeah, Sean. Yeah, he's going to Lakers. All right.
See, that's the kind of question.
No, that's what Sean wants.
That's the kind of question the
He's going to
old
Lakers.
Kyrie would go off about. But I think now he finally figures. He's figured it out at this point.
I read it today. I read it that he's going to give him an interview. I don't know if that's legit or not.
Yeah.
But
I'm telling you right now, man, Kyrie Irving, it's like a delay in terms of how he sort of put it all together.
Yeah,
I don't understand how by April he's just now realizing, like, oh wait, it's not about what the media writes about. It's about what I do in the basketball court.
Sweat.
No shit, Kyrie. It's about what you do in the basketball court. Just play ball.
yeah, just play ball and shut the fuck up. And also, if you don't ask him about the first picture of a black hole ever being recorded, then you're not doing your job.
Why would I bring that up?
Bring it up. See what his thoughts are on it, man. I'm sure he'll go all into that shit.
Maybe in a one-on-one, but
No, in the scrum.
In a scrum.
Kyrie, last question.
In the scrum, he's gonna be like,
Question,
oh, you trying to make jokes right now? You trying to
black hole, first photograph, historic moment for human race. So how do you feel about that?
see what he says?
Yeah, he'll be like,
No, maybe we'll ask him at the podium before the or after the after game one.
not before. Get him psyched up.
Get him like that. He probably would like a question like that.
Why are you hating on that Laker thing? I read it. It was a Google thing that came on my phone.
Because
it was a fucking like, hey, notification,
Okay, but
Sean.
So I said, go ahead and explain what you read, but you just said, I don't know who said it. So that's what I'm saying. Go into it. You brought it up, so I said go into
It's
it.
a fucking trap, bro.
It's not a trap. Go ahead, go bring it up.
Could be like Kim Kardashian said that shit or something fucking stupid.
So do you buy into this? Like, do you really think that he'd actually consider going to the Lakers?
I don't know. Yeah, I think I don't want Kyrie back on the Celtics next year.
Yeah, that's why you brought it up.
Yeah, I don't want him back. I don't want him
Why?
back. I don't.
Why?
I don't think he's the right fit for Boston. I don't.
So you're willing to just
Let him go. Yep.
stick with the young guys?
Yep. 100%. Stick with the young guys. Sign another free agent. You're going to lose Kyrie off the cap. You'll lose Marcus Morris off the cap. You have enough space to go out and sign
See, even if the Celtics,
whoever the hell you want. If they're willing to play here and they know what Boston means, then yeah.
even if the Celtics were to make it to the NBA Finals, Sean would be like, that's what they were supposed to do. Still wouldn't be impressed, and you still wouldn't want Kyrie on the squad next year.
No, the only way
No,
Sean's
the Celtics
impressed if they
make
win the NBA Finals.
No, right now, if the Celtics make it out of the second round, I will be impressed.
Yeah, but if they get bounced out by Milwaukee, you're not going to be like, oh, this team,
It was a total
tough
disappointment.
break. Yeah, you would be disappointed.
Yeah,
exactly.
no, this team has done it to itself. They shouldn't be in this position they are right now. They should be a higher seed. They should have better chemistry already after 82 motherfucking games, which is a full season. They still don't have great chemistry. You still don't believe in what they're doing. So yeah, I'm not going to sit here. I'm not going to sit here and say like, oh, if they make it out of the second round, it's a total success. I'll give them that. That's a success from where they put themselves. But if they lose in the second round, I'm going to say I told you so, and that was a failure. It's a failure of a season if they lose in the second round. With all the talent, all the expectations, Kyrie, Gordon Hayward, Al Horford, you have emerging, so-called emerging Jason Tatum, so-called emerging Jaylen Brown, you have so-called emerging Terry Rozier. You're all coming back again. Marcus Morris had a career year, and you still get bounced in the second round? That's a failure of a season.
Oh, I agree with you. But my point is, I don't think that's going to happen. But I feel like
they're going to beat the Bucks?
Yes.
Yeah, but why do you
I think they'll beat the Bucks? I think they'll beat the Bucks and they'll bow out against the Toronto Raptors. Like, that's my prediction. I think the Toronto Raptors will come out of the East, and I think the way the bracket is set up is in their favor to reach to the Eastern Conference Finals, because if they were to grab the third seed, then you're facing the Toronto Raptors in the second round. And I don't like that. I don't like the chances in that series.
I would rather lose Kyrie and just put all my money in Kawhi.
Yeah, but why? You're just saying? Are you basing on everything he said? Because on the court, he's had arguably his best season as a pro.
Oh yeah. Arguably his best season as a pro statistically, yes. But if you're in the Eastern Conference and you're supposed to be one of the best players in the East. Definitely the best player, one of the best players in the East.
You're saying it's all on him, though. That's why the Celtics are
the
where
Celtics.
they are.
The Celtics' struggles this year has a lot to do with the incompetency of Kyrie Irving leading his team. He's proven this year that he is not a number one, and I'm sorry, we already got a number 2 and a number 3. We need a number 1. So I mean, Kyrie's not that guy.
But do you think with everything that's happened, with him talking about how he gets how the media works and all the things that he did and that he didn't conduct himself the right way throughout this regular season, you don't think that's going to play a part heading into the postseason, where he's obviously going to flip that switch, where he's going to not only dominate but also realize that the way he approaches the media and the way that he leads is going to change in the sense of making his players better? Because I'll give you this. Has Kyrie Irving made his team better throughout the regular season? No. But no, he still has the potential to do that throughout the postseason.
Okay.
I don't give any stock into what he says to the media. I'm gonna be on 100 with you guys.
Well, no, I'm saying that's two different things.
Why?
Though.
Why?
The way he talks to the media and the way he leads and makes his teammates better are two completely different things.
No,
Yeah, that's what I'm saying.
No, they're not.
Yeah, it is.
The way he talks to the media, that if he says if they go on a 2-game losing streak, and he's saying that all the negative things he said about the team this year, about the coach this year, never really taking ownership of it, like talking to LeBron, like all this crazy stuff that he did this year. And I don't even think I've named the top 5 crazy things he said to the media. You don't think that has an effect in the locker room where the guy that's supposed to be our leader we all know he's in a contract year, and we all know that he keeps throwing us under the bus every sign of adversity. That is not a leader. They are hand in hand. Absolutely hand in hand.
He wasn't the only one talking about other teammates.
But just because he's buddy with them on layup lines,
no, it doesn't
mean that anyone.
But it doesn't matter
really
though.
Follows him.
I didn't hear any complaints from you when Marcus Morris did it. Marcus Smart did it. Well, I mean, you complain about Jaylen Brown regardless of whatever he does, good or bad. But my point is, as a team, yeah, there were individuals button heads. That happens, but here they are now.
Right, but the reason why
everyone's healthy for the most part.
So the reason why I didn't complain about Marcus Smart and Marcus Morris or Jaylen Brown saying what they said was because they're not this isn't their team. This is Kyrie's team. So the reason why I think it was okay and acceptable for a Jaylen Brown or Marcus Morris or Marcus Smart to speak up like that is because there's really no leader in the room. Kyrie Irving has no say on if they're following the leader. Oh, we can talk shit to the media about our team. That's how this team goes, which that is not the way to run a franchise. Like, there's no way in any sport, really, where your leader can be such a baby like Kyrie is, that he can you'll actually go to war for that guy. It's not. It's absolutely not.
All right, let's get
Other than LeBron James, which LeBron James is a baby.
Well,
And
I think
LeBron James is obviously 20 times better than Kyrie Irving.
I think there's Kyrie, the media, the guy that the media that he shows to the media, and then there's Kyrie, the guy that he shows to his teammates. That's just me.
And I think that
I said that he was going to be this wishy-washy, driving the media nuts the moment he got traded here.
Yep.
And that's all he's been doing.
But I think I'm agreeing with you. And if that's the way he is, and if that's how your leader will act, then your team will act that same way, right?
Well, winning cures all, right?
Yeah, and
because look at the turmoil. Look at the turmoil in 2016. Look at the turmoil in Cleveland.
If there's one thing that this season has proven, winning does not cure all.
No,
because they win 7 games in a row.
But we're talking about when it matters. In 2016, shit hit the fan in 2016 for Cleveland all through this fucking regular season, and once the playoffs start, what happened? They ran through the East.
They had LeBron James,
but all I'm saying is,
Kyrie's not LeBron, man.
I'm not saying he is. All I'm saying is, Kyrie has been through worse, and he came out on top.
How worse was it?
How worse was it?
They could have slept. That team basically sleepwalked their way.
But they won the finals, though.
Right. Because they
won the finals.
They did come together in the finals.
They won the finals.
And Draymond Green got suspended in a very...
you're one of those?
Nah, just thought it would be relevant to throw it out there.
Okay.
But, I mean, who did they beat in the Eastern Conference Finals that year?
Kyrie, the last 2 years in Cleveland are worse than anything he's been through here in the Celtics. And both times went to the finals, and one time beat the Warriors after they were down 3-0. Well, 3-1. So, all I'm saying is...
I feel like you won the argument because I forgot what the argument was.
Oh, they've been through worse. That's what it was.
Yeah. I'm saying Kyrie has been through worse.
Been through worse?
Yes. And you were saying that, but who did they beat?
That team coasted, though.
What do you mean?
That Cavs
They
team
all
coasted in 2016.
Kyrie Irving, I hate to say it, too, because this kind of goes against my argument, but Kyrie Irving has never faced adversity in the postseason.
Yes.
Every postseason he's been in, he's gone to the NBA Finals.
Yep.
Every postseason he's been in, the only adversity he faced was in the NBA Finals.
Mm-hmm. And you know what?
That's why
How many NBA Finals has he won?
That's why he sounded like a know-it-all throughout the regular season. Where he's like, it's all about the playoffs. You guys don't know what it takes, you don't even know. To be successful in the regular season and then go into postseason with momentum. Like,
meanwhile, Brad Stevens brought 2 straight teams to the Eastern Conference Finals that literally had no business to be in the Eastern Conference Finals. Okay. But he doesn't know what it takes.
All right, so
Brad doesn't know what it takes.
But that's why those two need to, get it together. Both of them. Brad too.
Touch fingers together? Is that what you're trying to say?
I said get it together.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah.
All right, well, now since we're on the topic, what did you guys think about what he had to say about his relationship with Brad Stevens?
I think that Kyrie Irving is a fool.
I think that he's not crazy about Brad Stevens, but he's sort of going with the flow right now.
Well, I think that
he hasn't talked about Brad Stevens all year long.
Truthfully, I think that
until someone asked him about it.
I think Kyrie's out, so I just don't think he's like, you know what, this Brad, keep the team. I'm not going to be here anyways.
So what did he say? That's his 5th coach, right?
Yeah.
In the league. He's been in the league 7 years. This is his 8th season. He's never had any consistency in his career, coach-wise.
Why?
So in other words, he doesn't trust coaches
because he had LeBron James as his number one.
Yep,
as his coach.
Yeah.
So he's had consistency as a coach, LeBron James.
No, but
he in his mind.
LeBron James.
No.
Real quick.
Look, listen.
Can we remember the fact
that
LeBron James is the only person that can get a coach fired who brought his team to the NBA Finals?
Yes.
Yeah, but listen,
in the history of the NBA.
All right,
and his president of basketball operations. But anyway, we'll talk about that later.
No, LeBron was stunned.
Yeah, of course. He's always stunned when someone gets fired.
Yeah. He hasn't said a single word about Magic Johnson.
No, but real quick.
All right.
3 NBA Finals, technically 2, because he only played in half of game 1 in the first time around. So I mean, I think it's safe to say that when LeBron and Kyrie were teammates, they both did whatever they wanted to do separately, right? I'm not going to say he's having a hard time because he did so well in year 1, but I just think he needs to realize, if he hasn't already, this is the deepest team he's been on.
But
it doesn't need to be, LeBron and a LeBron asshole.
Kyrie basically grew up with LeBron, and that's what he knows as a coach, right? So Kyrie thinks
No, don't say that because that's not true.
Kyrie thinks
It's
that
not.
the
No,
players
LeBron
can
is not the
run
coach.
team.
No, it's not
But
the coach.
Kyrie
Wait,
thinks that the players
but
can
why
run
would
the
he
team.
not think that? Why would he not think that though?
No, it's not a coach. It's
He
not a
comes
coach
from the
thing.
school of LeBron James.
Okay, but it's not a coach
I
thing.
don't
It's
like the
more,
coach, he's out.
No, it's
That's
more
how he
like
feels.
it's more like LeBron. At least in my head, it was always like, you know what you need to do. I'm gonna school the rest of these dudes, but I know you can take care of yourself. Right?
But still,
am I wrong?
If he's taking the LeBron role, then guess what he's doing? I'm going to start taking care of everything else. And you know what, Brad? We're not on the same page.
I just think.
So you know what? I'm going to do what I want.
But why did he have again?
Remember that Charlotte game?
Okay, but again, the word I used earlier, expectation. He didn't have any expectations last year, so
Who
then he
didn't?
just Kyrie and the Celtics last year, there were no expectations on. As soon as Hayward went down,
Oh, when Hayward went down.
when as soon as Hayward went down, there was no expectations, right?
We had him in the finals.
No, I know, but after that,
Once Hayward went down, we
Hayward went down,
basically looked the shotgun down
and they
down
were
the barrel and
they were what? They started 0-2
Thought better.
or 1-3, something like that to start the season, and then they went on their win streak.
0-2. It was just 2 games.
Okay, and then they went on their win streak, and then it's like, oh, maybe the Celtics are better than people giving them credit for. But then again, still no expectations, and they're just balling up freely, and they're like, oh, well, this is what a Brad Stevens team is supposed to do, right? Because they've gone through injuries his whole tenure here.
When Brad Stevens is in charge, his teams are able to handle adversity. And that's what I've always loved about Brad Stevens' teams. It's what I've always loved about the post Big Three Celtics is they've been able to handle adversity. But this Kyrie-led version of the Celtics is not able to do so. Call me being negative, man. I don't care. I just don't see the Celtics having a positive playoff experience this year.
I don't think it's all on.
I hope they
on
do.
Kyrie.
It's
And
on
I
Kyrie.
think-
It is.
I think it's going to be different.
It's all on Kyrie.
The playoffs.
Ask about the black hole, though. I want to see what his thoughts.
Fantastic.